Oh. Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. On Saturday, August 8th, 1953, the Chinmay mission was formed. Today, we celebrate 70 years of Chinmay mission's effort. One more specialty about today, which I'll elaborate on tomorrow. In 1993, in August, on the 8th, Pujya Swami Chinmayananda's body was buried in Siddhwari, Himachal Pradesh. Quite remarkable that the day the organization started and the day the founder was buried was the exact same day over a span of 40 years. I've often asked all of you, what is the greatest gift you can give your parents or the generation older than you? Can you share in the chat what that gift is? For them to not have to worry about you, as many of you are sharing. That is accurate, but the more intense answer is for you to reduce their vasanas or personality prints. Often, one can't help themselves to reduce their vasanas or their personality prints, but another can. Pujya Swami Chinmayananda has helped the world, humans, animals, plants, stones, to reduce their vasanas. That is the greatest gift. And it's such a great gift that the person receiving this doesn't even know it. Think lots about all of the gifts you've received in life, but the most intense gift you've ever received is someone who shed their vasanas and is now shedding your vasanas. Chapter 15, verses 1 and 2, in a personal way, relate to expectation. We feel a stuckness in our expectations of others, their expectations of us. In verses 3 through 5, the way to cut away these expectations is observation. Be the witness more. Watch more. Micromanage less. Empower more freely. Verses 6 and 7, these relate to limitlessness. Imagine expectation is on the ground. Observation is in the sky. But beyond that is limitlessness. Even in observation, there's two entities. There's the observer and the observed. They limit each other. To be past observation. In these verses, 6 and 7, Shri Krishna is sharing, limitlessness does not need light to be known. You don't need fire. You don't need a moon. You don't need a sun. Now, many of us, when we don't reflect on this, we get stuck or limited on external light is not needed for limitlessness. But when you reflect on this, the implication is no medium is needed to know limitlessness. Neither light, nor touch, nor thought, nor doership. No medium, because limitlessness is. Infinity, you are. Another implication. That was more verse 6, now more verse 7. If there's creation, that's a big if, then there has to be a creator. Do you all agree? And that's where we stop with our understanding. But if you reflect more, if there's a creator, then there has to be a creator of that creator. There has to be a creator of that creator. There has to be a creator of that creator. Finally, you have to reach an entity, a presence that is not created, that is uncaused. And I've shared many times in Meaningful Mornings, if an entity or presence is uncaused, it also is not the cause. That means there is no creator. There is no creation. There is only consciousness. If you read Bhagavad Gita by yourself, would you come to these conclusions? I don't think so, but I'm not arrogating that these are my conclusions. These are my master's conclusions. He's not arrogating it's his either. These are Sri Krishna's conclusions. The Bhagavad Gita is not a song like Taylor Swift, who is awesome, Pearl Jam, who is even more awesome. This song is a coded song, a song that needs to be opened, trying to make this more succinct. Sri Krishna's teaching methodology. I'm introducing it now. I'm going to elaborate on this later today and tomorrow. Right now, we are oriented towards matter. Sri Krishna is sharing, within matter, there's the spirit. Mama eva amisha. But we reflected on this. A portion of the spirit means all is the spirit. So one goes from matter to matter spirit to spirit. As you go about interacting with articles like your computer, circumstances like your commute, and beings like the people you're living with, in the back of your subtle body, that means your mind, intellect, ego, keep the remembrance of divinity. It is on account of the spirit that there can be spirit matter, that there can be matter. And if you do, and I know you're doing more of this now, if you do this regularly, your success will be unprecedented. I've been sharing repeatedly with those in our Seeker to Facilitator program that if you become a great seeker, you will become a great speaker. If what you do is meaningful, your interactions are with the remembrance of divinity, you will be successful beyond your imaginations. I know this to be my own experience. Verse 8. Shariram yadavapnoti yachapyutkramati shvaraha Grihitvaitani samyati vayurgandhani vashayat. Joy. Shariram. Please point to me your shariram. So you have to be careful. If I say, show me your shariram, some people may take that in a crude way. That's why I said, point to me where your body is. Yat avapnoti, avapnoti, which means when the body is acquired, when the body is gained. In this verse, Shri Krishna has shifted from verse 6 is about the multiverse. Verse 6 is about matter. Verse 7 is about the multiverse. Okay, matter, multiverse. Now verse 8 is about, for the sake of alliteration, man. Obviously, I mean humans. Okay? Matter expresses as the multiverse, which expresses as man. In this verse, Shri Krishna is sharing, he's just hinting at it in this first quarter, that we don't have a body, but like there's a multiverse, we have multiple bodies. Okay? And the body is acquired. Yat api utkramati, and also when this body is divested, when this body is left. So the body comes, the body goes, for whom? And that word is Ishvara. Ishvara means divinity, Ishvara means God. Connecting the dots with the first line. Divinity plus forgetfulness equals ego. If you forget divinity, you are the ego. If you remember divinity, you are not the ego. In Sanskrit, Ishvara plus avidya equals jiva. When this Ishvara, that is divinity or God, succumbs to ignoring, succumbs to forgetting, then one starts to feel there the jiva, that is the ego or individuality. And if you become the jiva, the ego, bodies come with it and bodies go from it. Zooming into what these bodies are. Grihitva etani samyati. When a body comes and a body goes, there is a more intense body that is not affected by the coming and going of the less intense body. So within this body, there's another body. This body comes and goes. The body within this doesn't come and go. Adding technical terminology to this. When we die, who did I say is going to die? We. I did not say when that person dies, when your parents die. I said when we die. What's going to die? This body that is termed the gross body, because it is gross. Just look at it. But also, it's the most external body, the least intense. Within this is the subtle body. For us, that is the mind and intellect. That is more intense. And within this is the causal body. For us, that's the ego. So you have the causal body, which causes the subtle body, which causes the gross body. So when Shri Krishna is talking about bodies coming and going, here he's referring to the gross body. This morning, a group of us had gone to a park and we were jogging, and it was pouring. And right now in August, I'm in my 10-mile training. So as I was jogging, my body was cold, my body was wet, but I never felt it. Vivek's mind and intellect were on this verse of Bhagavad Gita, tomorrow's verse of Bhagavad Gita, what I have to teach our youth today. This verse is so factual that you have multiple bodies, and if you live in a more inner body, you are less affected by the outer body. Now tell me, what is the most inner aspect of who you are? That's not a body. That's called the Atma. If you can feel your Atma, no equipment can ever touch you. That's what limitlessness is. When the gross body dies, the subtle body and the causal body continue. They take their experiences into another gross body. The example that's given here is Vayur Gandhan Ivashayat, which means like the wind takes the scents of flowers and so on. So here I have a fragrant flower, and the wind blows by it. That wind takes that scent to the next person. For us, when this gross body dies, all that we have learned with the subtle body and causal body, that will continue. Now here's the final implication of this. Recently, Shankarji was asking a group of seekers about, how do you really change? And he had asked his wife Rupa, who many of you know, and she had given the answer of, our context is custom designed for our content. So how does one really change? When they understand and appreciate that the context they're in, the city, the weather, their body type, is custom designed for them to learn that they are limitless. Not learn about medicine, not learn about engineering, not learn about politics, but to learn that they are limitless. And the moment you learn all you can from a specific context, your body will die. And with that understanding and appreciation, you don't cry, you celebrate. You've learned all you can. Now you go on to the next grade, to the next field. Like your teenagers who like to play video games, after they've completed a level, they go on to the next level. They're no longer challenged by that level. Awesome, no? What could you possibly be learning that's more awesome than Bhagavad Gita? And really in the way that we're learning Bhagavad Gita. From inspiration to application. Your application yesterday was to research the e-vicharas on these verses of this chapter. How many of you tried doing this? I was going to paste for you what verse 8 meant, but I'm running out of time, so I'll do it tomorrow. But what we're going to do is eventually we're going to take all of the e-vicharas, there's 10 years of them, and we're going to post them on Chinmaya Nagar's resources. We have a website where there's a resource section. That's your application for today. Go to our resources and see all of the content that is available to you to accentuate your self-development. Shanti, 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 be joy.